and good evening. Welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. Um, I think I've gone over this before. I'm whispering because it's late at night again. Um, but and I've talked about fasting before, but it's also about two different kind of questions. What should we be feeding? Should we be feeding on the world, or should we be feeding our spirit? And how do we do that? There's different kinds of, we're attracted to all sorts of different things. People, things, money, possessions, ideals, the food, the list goes on and on. Bad behavior, bad habits, rebellion, you name it. We are attracted to all sorts of shiny stuff that we don't need or shouldn't be doing. But that was what Jesus was trying to explain to us, is that we are in the world, but we're not of this world, and that we need to be feeding our spirit. And that in order to feed our spirit, we do need to fast. And it's something that's been hard for me. I haven't had the chance to really fast and really grow spiritually in that manner. In learning to do without, especially in this day and age, especially if you have a medical condition. That's not easy to do. Now, we do have a couple of verses, and I think I have gone over this before, but let's just do this very quickly, because I was looking at this again tonight, and I thought I had this a little wrong on the first time through I did this. Matthew 9, verses 14 through 17, the Gentiles are going up and complaining, well, if you're telling everybody to fast, why aren't your disciples fasting? And he went into the bridegroom parable, or, describing that when I'm gone, then they will know, then they will fast. Because while he was alive, he was feeding them there and then on a spiritual level, unbeknownst to the disciples, because they finally sort of got why they needed to feed on him as bread, why they needed to feed on him as drink. It was all metaphorically, it was all symbolism, and it was all on a spiritual level. And once they understood that, or began to understand that, then they realized all we need is Jesus. All we need is Christ, and He's here with us. Once they were able to accept He is the Son of God, is the Son of Man, is the King of Kings, is God in the flesh, then they realized, in John, if you read the book of John, he really lays it out for us. In that they didn't have to fast because they were being fed the Spirit by Jesus Himself. So when He would be gone, then in order for them to grow in the Spirit, they would need to fast because Jesus would be gone at that point. Now, of course, I believe we also mentioned Matthew 6, verses 16 and 18. And it's basically that, when you fast, do it in secret. Don't let anybody know. Be joyful. Be happy. Don't show or complain or grumble and, oh gosh, I'm hungry. Oh gosh, I'm hungry. Gosh, I could go for a cookie. Oh gosh, I'm hungry. I'm so thirsty. Just go about your business like you normally do. Read your Bible. pray and grow with Him. Gosh, I'm picking my nose and cleaning my ears. I'm so sorry. And that is how we grow in the Spirit on a spiritual level through fasting, is learning to do without that of the world, of feeding our bodies, and then we start to grow in a different direction, in a spiritual direction. And like I said, it's been hard for me to do. And, you know, I'm Baptist for all intents and purposes, but I did go to one church where we didn't completely fast. We fasted, you know, certain items, you know, something you're addicted to, something you don't need, you know, try to fast something. So I remember choosing soft drinks and cheeseburgers, which I have a huge affinity for. I still do. I don't get to eat them as much, and I stay away from stuff like that. But it really helped me way back when. This was like 20-something years ago, and it did help me just to simply lose some weight. I may not have been growing as spiritually as I should have, and I probably, you know, I probably cheated. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But, you know, things to think about, things to really ponder. Because when we are in the world, when we are in a sinful world, we are seeing through the lens of the world. So when the world is trying to blame or question, why would God do this? Why would God do that? Well, we're seeing through the lens of the world. We're seeing that through the lens of sin. And so we don't quite understand at this time His big plan, you know, why there is sickness, why people die. Well, we all are going to die one way or another. It's going to happen. We are born, we die, and we are born again. And it can be a beautiful thing, something that I have mentioned before that even the angels don't understand, especially because we can change. The angels are kind of constant, like God and Jesus are. They're almost a constant. So they don't understand this transformation that we, as spiritual beings in human form, how we can change and we can get closer to God. We can get closer to Jesus, thanks to His sacrifice. So with that, read over Matthew 9 verses 14 through 17, and Matthew 6 verses 16 through 18. So yes, things to think about. And then when you do fast more than just food. Fast the things that you think you want, or things you really, really want. Stay away from them. Don't look at it. Don't do it. Don't hear it. Don't whatever. And see how long you last. That's my challenge to you. And with that, thank you for watching and have a blessed night. Have a great night.